Welcome to Austria, or how we would say, Grüß Ach, dear Formula One fans. Another Wednesday, another mainstream racing series race, and it's getting more and more crucial. This is race 18 of 22. We are in the final quarter of the season, and this is the time of the year where decisions need to be done. We are here in Austria, all by jeopardy. It is right this Wednesday between the two Austrian Grand Prix in the real life Formula One. We have seen the Styrian Grand Prix just last weekend. Next weekend we will see the Austrian Grand Prix right on the same track. And this is it. This is the Red Bull Ring, formerly called A1 Ring or A1 Ring. And before that it was the Österreich Ring. Had multiple names, but now it's called the Red Bull Ring. And this is it, one of the shortest tracks in the whole year. 4.3 kilometers, only 10 turns, and it's actually not even 10 because one of those 10 turns, it is turn 2, is actually just a little left bow, a little left kink in the middle of a DRS zone. So there, you can hardly call it a turn if it's inside a DRS zone. Anyway, the track difficulty is very easy, and that is more or less true. I admit I'm not such a big fan of this track, even though it is considered more or less my home Grand Prix, because I'm from Bavaria in southern Germany and we are actually more linked to Austrian culture than to German. So this is just really short. It did have a lot longer layout in the 70s, but for some reasons they totally erased it. So there, where today is turn 1, you would have run just straight ahead and then turn back to the track somewhere where now turn 3 is, but for some reasons that is totally vanished. And so this is it now. Lap record 106.9. This will be blasted by multiple seconds in the next half an hour in our qualifying. These are the assists that can be used, especially the pit assists that are off when coming in and turning out of the pit lane. That is very important. And the rest of our rules that we drive, 18 minutes qualifying, followed by a 36 laps race. And full rules, flags, VSC, safety car, all that is on. Dynamic weather, that can be a topic. Sometimes it can be rainy in the Alps. Further, and one important thing is that we run on regular corner cut. We do not want our races to be decided too much by penalty seconds. So let's have a short browse through the lobby. Our host once again, Mr. David Lawson. And there is one man, my friend Mikko Caruso, the rockstar, who has rejoined, was a regular driver but opted to go down to reserve. Tonight he is reserving. We still have 3 places left, but that's turning into the summer and the new game is arriving very soon. And so in these phases of the year, still 17 drivers, totally fine for this late season race. The session timer is ticking down, so we are turning towards the track now very soon. And then, we'll have hopefully a good qualifying and a good race event. Even though I do not like the track so much, I don't hate it. There are worse, of course. But I want to say that Austria has always delivered us some really great racing actions. That is mostly because of the fact that the walls aren't so close, so You can have some slight mistakes without ruining your car and race in total. And secondly, because this track is, yeah, more or less one gigantic DIS zone. So Sector 1 is more or less one total DIS zone, just interrupted by turn 1. And there's another third DIS zone, so only 4.3 kilometers, but on those 4.3 kilometers we have 3 DIS zones. So that promises always lots of racing action. Yeah, and the quali starts dry. Looks like sunny, fair weather. Let's see who will be the first one to turn to the track. I hear some engine being fired. Looks like the first one is a Haas. Oh yeah, and this is this man, Mr. Bilton Matt Sneed. Yeah, little tradition of mine to turn to the first driver and feel for the track that we are racing on here tonight. I remember one race event I cannot recall which league it was. I had a few leagues I worked with in this game since I started in autumn. But I remember one quali event where it started raining. It was a light drizzle at the beginning of the quali and then turned into a real hard, heavy rain. So everyone had actually just this single one hot lap in the very beginning. And then for the ongoing 15 minutes or so, everyone could have a sip and have a coffee for the rest of the night. So this is already Matt Sneed on his hot lap. First DRS zone after turn 1. This little bow, this little left-hander kink, this is turn 2, so that's what I mentioned earlier. And this turn 3. Very difficult to accelerate, but he made it very smoothly. After turn 3 already right the next DRS zone right here, and the most difficult position on the track is right here, turn 4, as it is steep downwards, it's hanging downwards, so it's hard to get the right braking point and amount of braking. Then this medium pace turns here in the mediate sector and beginning of sector 3. And 2 right-handers with a rather difficult pit entry, I would like to say. And this is it. This is one hot lap here in Spielberg, Austria. And Matt Sneed did it in a 1:04, already blasted by Simo, Peter Simpson. But we have to mention advantage, of course, for Peter Simpson. And Nevis Ikic has crashed. But until he has reached him. Nevis Ikic has crashed. But until he has reached him, the Alfa Romeo will probably already be vanished. Ah, there he is. There he is. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. I just got a message that my internet connection is having some troubles. My PlayStation is giving me some warnings. I will try to figure this out and restart, and we'll be back with you as soon as I can.